I am live, it says. All right, this is just going to allow some of the. I'm going to let this music play while people gather in here like I usually do. I'll be able to go back later on in the video and edit it accordingly. But as of right now, it is 3:45, and I'm going to probably start this at 3:50 like the attended time said. But right now, I'll just let the music play a little bit while you guys all gather in here. I know people are not going to get notified, so we'll just wait for you guys all to come in here. I'm going to put up a few banners, all that good stuff. So when you come in here, you will be able to see. Guaranteed it's already going to be demonetized. All right. We got Miss Sue in the house. Who else is in here? Appreciate you guys all being here right now. What's going on, my moderator? Shout out to you, Wendy Red. Rindy. Mix them together, Rindy. Got Frank in the house. Sheila in the house. Kylie Hudson is in the house. Yeah, I don't know how to say your name. And B is in the house. We got KY Custom Design in the house. Mary Johnson is in the house. GKB is in the house. Have you got Patreon? Frank, yes, I do. I have Patreon. Here it is right here, coming across the screen right now. There it is. I'm going to be doing a video on my Patreon a little later too, letting you guys know that I'm going to make an announcement. Well, I'm just letting you know that you will be able to be an automatic panelist on my channel when I go live. And I'm just saying, the reason why I'm saying I'm going to be putting a fee on it, I'll talk about it a little. I'm putting a fee on it because in case somebody get on there and they say something they're not supposed to say or do something they're not supposed to do, I'm guaranteed that you're going to be paying me for doing that. So, I mean, I'll explain that a little later, but appreciate you guys all being in here. They go to Patreon link going across the bottom right there. Let me get back to it to see who all are in here as well. Angela is in here from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Got Connie in the house. Frank Bublitz in the house. Or Bublitz. Uncle Tom is here too, huh? KY. Okay, I see Uncle Tom is in here. Shout out to Uncle Tom, the front porch. Show yourself, Uncle Tom, so I can tell people where to find you at. We got Risa in the house. Red is in the house. Lawrence Rietano is in the house. Appreciate you coming through, sir. Central Pennsylvania. BR 549. Mike Velarde is in the house. He said the porch session, not the front porch. The porch session, ladies and gentlemen. The porch session. That is my guy, the Uncle Tom. Y'all should go over there and check his channel out. It's called The Porch Session right here. I'm going to put it up for you guys right there. Boom. See that right there? The Porch Session. That's another channel that I recommend you guys go over there and check out. Talk about all types of various different subjects, all type of different things. Who in here is not subscribed to The Porch Session yet? Put a number 1 if you're not subscribed to it yet. You go over there and subscribe to my guy. Good content over there. And KY, the wife of Uncle Tom, also has a YouTube channel. KY Custom Designs, where she designs various things like, you know, cups, tumblers, I guess they call it. Go over there and check her out as well. KY Custom Designs, her channel as well. Go check her out. Sharon Cromwell, NB. Appreciate you guys for being honest. Let me know that y'all haven't subbed yet, which y'all should do. Unconventional hasn't subbed yet. Go check out The Porch Session and Miss KY Custom Designs. We're going to be starting here in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I promise. Don't worry about it. I'm letting the music play here. All right. Me. All right. Sheila Phil says she just subscribed. Appreciate that. The porch session said, look, y'all, he said Kai, not KY. They're going to find their way over there, Uncle Tom. Lawrence Rizzetano says, if you are not sub to the porch session, you are really missing out. There you go. See? A lot of good things go over there. Fun times over there. I missed the name of his channel. The name of his channel is The Porch Session. There it is right there. See this? I have it pulled up right there. Go check him out. NB says she just subscribed. Appreciate you, NB. Appreciate you guys for showing some love. Katie Humphrey, welcome, my sis. Appreciate you coming in and viewing in via Facebook. Appreciate that. The Porch Session. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Again, go check out my guy, Uncle Tom. And I'm pretty sure while you're over on Uncle Tom's channel, if there's other people that they think that you guys should subscribe to, he'll let you know as well. Everybody, there's a different types of things out there. I think you guys all should kind of get yourself filled in, not just this channel. Sharon says she just subscribed. Unconventional just subscribed. Hey, I appreciate all you guys. My MRMIs, I appreciate you guys going over there and subscribing to The Porch Session and Kai's Custom Designs. Kai Custom Designs, not KY. You get them. Look at Lawrence Rietano. Look at him. He advertising for y'all. He said, you will also get to meet Kai on there, the lady of wisdom and logic. The JD 1955 says, thank you, Ty, and God bless you, son. I love your style, just like with Kevin's Corner in Pennsylvania. Hey, appreciate that. Maggie just subbed over there. Katie Humphrey says she's subscribing now, so really appreciate that. Sharon Cromwell says she subscribed over there to Uncle Tom as well. Appreciate you guys doing that. Katie Humphrey says she is subscribing now. Maggie subscribed. Appreciate you guys for all doing that. Well, that's what it seemed like his name is. JD 1955. Elizabeth Young just subscribed. I appreciate that. Risa Neal says, I already subbed to both of them. Hey, I appreciate you guys for going over there and doing that. Showing some love and support. Very different aspect, very different dynamics over there. So be ready for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are a good 5 minutes plus in, and I appreciate you guys all being here. Shout out to everybody that's in there right now. Shout out to my guy, The Porch Session, aka Uncle Tom, and his wife, Kai's Custom Designs. Thank you guys for whoever went over there and subscribed to them, to follow them, showing some love. Make sure that when you guys do go over there, and when the Porch Session goes live or Kai's Custom Designs go live, when you guys are on there, make sure that every time y'all go on there, when they have a live, make sure you guys let them know, hey, what's up? Modern Renaissance Man sent me over. Do it every single time. I don't care how old it gets. Just let them know. That way it shows some love right there, show some appreciation. So with that being said, I hope you guys are all doing well. Hopefully everybody are in health. Hopefully all of you are in good health. I hope everything is going your way. But ladies and gentlemen, if y'all saw the title of my if you saw the title of this particular thumbnail, you notice it says breaking news. A prominent New York urologist. He is charged with carrying out what public schools teach. Now, I purposely put that title up there like that, and the reason being is because if I would have put that title up there how I wanted it to be, it would have instantly got demonetized, and I guarantee you YouTube would not have sent out any notification. I'm kind of catching on to what they're doing. YouTube, yeah. They would not have sent out any type of notification that I was live. My guy, Reckless Ray De Niro, is in the house. Appreciate you jumping in here and showing some support, my friend. Shout outs to MRM. Always welcome. Please on both of our pages. Appreciate that, sis. All right. Star Child said, already a member. Very intriguing convos for sure. Showing some love to the Porch Session and KY's Custom Designs. All right, folks. So, with that being said, the reason why I titled it this, because I'm getting ready to tell you guys what the real title is. A prominent New York urologist is charged with serial sex assaults against patients, including minors. Now, the reason why my topic says the urologist is charged with carrying out what public schools teach, I will tell you guys why here in a second. Now, prominent New York urologist is charged with serial sex assaults against patients, including minors. Now, me as being in the medical field, that's why it's always, depending on who you are, it's always important to have somebody there with you when you are going in and you're seeing patients. It's always good to have extra eyes there just in case, because malpractice goes under the radar like nobody's business unless it's something major. Trust me when I tell you, people will find anything to say you did something wrong. Okay. Now, I know, folks, what gets y'all really mixed up because y'all really don't. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. As a medical professional, I know that a lot of y'all expect me to fit a certain type of pedigree. Y'all expect me to be of a certain type of stature. But because I am very dynamic and you can't box me, you expect me to act a particular type of way when you're in medicine. But I don't. There's a lot of us that don't. There's a lot of us that if y'all knew all my friends who were doctors, PAs, nurses, y'all would think that we're supposed to act a particular type of a way. When we're very dynamic, we're very different, we're very funny, some people are very, I'm a doctor and blah, 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 blah. Some of us are kind of like how I am. You can't box me. You can't put me in a box and say how I'm supposed to be, how I'm supposed to act. I'm going to be me. I do know that when you go through medicine and all that, that when you do get around other doctors or people that are going through residencies, clinicals and all that, you do seem to kind of, what's the word I want to use? Gravitate and also adopt those type of personalities that they do. But me, because of the type of person that I am, I'm like, no, dude, I'm funny. I'm outgoing. I will joke around. I will imitate people. I can be serious. I can be funny, all those things. So I'm going to allow those things to be exactly who that is when it comes to me. Everybody else, if you want to be, I'm a doctor. I stay serious. I'm the king of God. I mean, you can be that way, but not me. All right. So the doctor allegedly used his professional status to falsely convince patients that his abuse was medically necessary and appropriate. Prominent New York doctor is facing federal 4-count indictment after he was accused of sexually assaulting multiple patients, including minors, for more than 5 years, beginning in 2015. New York authorities arrested Dr. Darius Paduk, a 55-year-old former urologist at the New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Medical Center on Tuesday morning, which is today. Paduk is charged with 2 counts of inducement of a person to travel to engage in unlawful sexual activity and 2 counts of inducement of a minor to engage in lawful sexual activity for his year's sexual abuse of 2 victims who were his patients and who were minors during part of their period of the abuse. The U.S. Attorney Office for the Southern District of New York announced this on Tuesday. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said in this statement, as an alleged for years, Darius Paduk abused the trust of patients, including minors, who saw him for sensitive medical problems. Paduk took advantage of his victims for his own deviant satisfaction. Paduk allegedly, you know what? Just because you guys are seeing me, I know some people do this. I'm going to go ahead and share this page with you guys so y'all can see it too, all right? That's what I'll do. Boop, 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 boop. Let me do this. I'm going to share this screen with you guys, okay? Here we go, right here. Y'all can see this. You should be able to. All right, there we go. Paduk allegedly sexually assaulted multiple male victims, including the 2 minors mentioned in the indictment, while performing urological exams between 2015 and 2019. At the time, Paduk was employed as a doctor at the prestigious Weill Cornell Medicine. PCVA Law in Washington has filed lawsuit on behalf of 24 victims, both children and adults, accusing Paduk of sexual assault, attorney Mallory Allen told Fox News Digital. Our clients feel very relieved that he was arrested. Many of them feel vindicated. They thought they were the only ones who had been abused by him, she said. We're talking about someone who preyed on people seeking medical care in the most vulnerable positions and people who had probably ever been in their lives seeking care for very personal, intimate issues. The Weill Cornell Medicine told Fox Digital in a statement that the medical center values the care and safety of its patients above all else and is taking these disturbing allegations very seriously. Cornell's Office of General Counsels has engaged outside counsel to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the behavior of former WCM faculty member Dr. Paduk and the circumstances surrounding the allegations. In 2019, Paduk, who treated conditions ranging from erectile and sexual dysfunction to testosterone imbalance, continued his alleged sexual abuse crimes while employed at Long Island Jewish Medical Center, according to the allegations in Tuesday's indictment. The doctor allegedly used his professional status to falsely convince patients that the abuse he inflicted on them was medically necessary or appropriate. He would also allegedly text his patients to schedule follow-up appointments and often made sexual jokes or comments, the U.S. attorney said. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. This is one of those things that I do not mess around with. I don't play around with. Man, you go to school all this time. You go to school all this time, right? All the hell we had to go through. Clinicals, studying, not getting any sleep, trying to, man, and in my case, working. All that hell, 8-week clinicals, 16-week clinicals out of town. And to sit there and put your license on the line, you talking 10 plus years of schooling, residencies, and putting your license on the line like it's a wrap, dude. There is just no way. This is why I do not play around with stuff like this. I just do not. And I was on a panel a while back when people said, so Tony, you telling me in your profession, people don't come up to you and they try to? Absolutely not, because I will shut it down. People, word spread around the facilities that I'm directing over, word spread around. You better not try that with Ty. Do not flirt with the dude. Don't make any comments, because Ty will come to, and yes, I will. And I do not care about whether you like me or not, because you are not who I go home to every day. Plain and simple. It's disrespectful to my wife. Knowing, I just don't. I just don't. But what I'm saying is that this guy sat here and put his life on the line, man. It's a wrap, man. All right, let me get back to this. Okay. It's crazy. The first lawsuit filed by the PCVA law in December 2022 alleges that Paduch sexually assaulted a minor victim, his 16-year-old intern. Wow. As the New York Post first reported, between 2015 and 2017, defendant Dr. Darius Paduch to use his position as its agent and employee to sexually abuse and exploit plaintiff in multiple ways, including exposing plaintiff to gay pornography, convincing the plaintiff that his medical treatment required defendant Dr. Darius Paduch to practice giving plaintiffs erections, fondling the plaintiff's penis, masturbating the plaintiff, and demanding that the plaintiff personally text and send him videos of himself masturbating. Now, y'all see why my title, says prominent New York urologist is charged with carrying out what public schools teach kids. Yeah, I'm about to piss you off that are part of the school board that's in the surrounding area from Illinois down to Missouri. I told y'all, you guys know me from going viral for CRT, but what y'all don't know is I also spoke out against them hyper-sexualizing these kids. Most people didn't see that part of the video because everybody was just focused on the CRT. I spoke out because I knew what they were doing with these children, hypersexualizing them. So what I'm saying in this case right here, and y'all know this, I am being funny when I say this. I'm being sarcastic. What is this guy doing any different than what they are teaching in these schools? Uncle, the porch session, let me check you out. Yes, I appreciate that. I got it, Uncle Tom. So I'm saying this sarcastically, but I just want this. I want you guys to really think about this. I want to really rub this in. What did this doctor do that's any different than what the schools is telling these kids to do? The schools is putting it in these kids in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, talking about masturbation, talking about if little Johnny licked little Michael's penis and it feels good, and little Thomas likes it, whatever, then that's called sexual consent. They're teaching these kids this right now in the schools. If you don't believe me, all you have to do is go and type in Google right now, type in YouTube, like things like father speaks out against, sexualized books in the libraries. Just type it in. You're going to find all type of fathers, which I'm glad a bunch of fathers are speaking out. You're going to find all type of parents who are speaking out because they are doing this right now. They're putting it in the books. It's very graphic. It's very graphic. So all I'm saying is, why charge this doctor? Now, of course, it's disgusting. I want them to be charged, but I want the schools to be charged. They're not doing anything different than what this doctor is saying. They're actually teaching kids in the 3rd grade what sexual consent is. Why would any child need to know what sexual consent is and what it means? Why would any child need to know that? I don't know what's the age of you guys here, but I'm an 80s baby. And when we were kids, not only did our parents tell us, nobody better not touch you here, they better not touch you here, they better not touch you here, and they better not tell you to kiss them or any. Not only did our parents tell us that, but the schools reinforced that. And the teachers then remember that they made it known to the whole class. Nobody touches your private parts. Y'all remember that? The schools had that like the day you mean in kindergarten. You were being taught in the kindergarten, nobody touches your private parts. What are your private parts? The teacher pointed down here, and the teacher pointed right here, and the teacher pointed on, and she touched, and she pointed to her butt. And she also said, nobody is to do any kissing. You don't kiss anybody in this classroom. You don't kiss, they would just tell you. That way, you kids would know, the kids would know if anybody did that, that was a violation of their privacy. And if they tell you, hey, if anybody touches you there, you make sure you tell your teacher. You make sure you tell an adult. You make sure you tell the principal. That's what they did. But today, what's wrong with what the doctor did? You got these lunatics bringing drag queens in there with dang on phalluses hanging out and all that. What's wrong with what the doctor did? You bringing drag queens in there, which I have no idea why any drag queen will want to read to some children. You might as well let strippers come in there. Just put some stars over their tickle bitties. You know what I'm saying? Just barely put anything over their vaginal area, over their penis area, and let them come. Let the Chippendales men come in there with oil all over their bodies and got them socks at the end of their penis and all. Let them come in there and read to the kids too. Why not? It's just body parts is what they saying. So the thing is, what you need to understand is, why would anybody in their right mind, what's going on, Nidish? What's going on, my friend? Old school OG. Why would anybody in their right mind want to go to read the kids? Why did they used to have a program? I don't know if you guys have it. Why was there a program called the DARE program, where a police officer would come in, like, I think they're like our officer there, he came in at least twice a month. Why would a police officer come in and talk to kids? You want to know why? Because that police officer would tell you to look out for things that are considered wrong. Look out for things that were considered criminal. That's the reason why the officer came in there. He wanted you to look out for danger. He wanted you to not talk to strangers. He wanted you to, let somebody know. Depends. I'm just saying, let's be real. If you seen drug activity going on, he didn't care if it was your teacher. He did not care if it was your teacher. The reason why Officer Dare came there is because they wanted you to be aware of dangers, of strangers, of drug activities, of kidnappers, the whole nine. That's why the police officer came there with the DARE program. Why do drag queens want to come to these schools? Ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys probably heard me say this before. Before I say this, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. And I want to say this again too, the porch session. Shout out to the porch session. And I'm just calling out, it sent me a Cash App, and somebody just sent the email. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's right here. See that? That's the Cash App right there. If you send the Cash App, great, and I appreciate it. If you don't, great, I still appreciate you, because the fact that you're tuning in right now, and one of the best things you guys can do is hit that like button. Hit that, see that? Hit that thumbs up button. That right there don't cost you nothing. That's free. Click that right there so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm, all right? And while I'm doing this right now, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to my channel, and make sure that this bell notification is set to all notifications, all right? Make sure you do that, all right? Appreciate it. So again, shout out to the porch session and his wife, Kai's Custom Designs, for the Cash App. Really appreciate that. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Why would anybody that is a man that will dress up like a woman want to go and read the kids? Why? You can say what you want to. I'm not going to use a word because YouTube is they're going to demonetize the video anyway. But the reason why I'm saying is because there's a word that rhymes with broom and it's spelt like broom, but instead of a B, there's a G there. That's what they're doing it for. See, the purpose of education is to teach you something so that you can learn it so that you will go out and reciprocate it. I'm going to say that slowly. The reason that you're supposed to get educated, for example, whenever you get into school, they give you something called, thank you, Jules, for putting that out there. Callie, you too. Whenever you go to school, the teachers present you with some learning material, right? And then what do the teachers do? They test you on it. Do y'all know why it's important that the teachers them test you on it? Because they want to make sure that you comprehend it and that you understand it. And once you understand it, they know yes, because you will be able to go out there in the world and reciprocate what you learn. What in the world do you think they're doing with having these drag queens coming in? Why do you think that homosexuality is the biggest agenda right now that's been pushed all over the world, all in the schools, all in the workplaces? Because this generation that they have coming up right now, these kids, they want these kids to be able to see, and they want these kids to be able to go out and learn about this so these kids can go out and do what? Reciprocate it. There is no such thing as a woman. There is no such thing as a man. You're just a human. That's it. And then what makes it worse is that if these jobs keep on going woke, you're going to see all these crazy clowns in all different facets of workplaces. And they're going to be like to the kids, oh, yeah, this is the real world. While the whole time they're not addressing the fact that these folks are mentally ill. You can get mad at me right now all you want to. There is no reason that a grown freaking man want to dress up to look like a woman to go and read to kids. I would love for any one of you who disagree with me. If you disagree with me, you can put the number 1 in here right now and I will send you the link and you can come on the panel and we can discuss this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get back into this whole thing right here. Authorities are asking anyone who have been victimized by this doctor and have any additional information to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Now, what I'm getting ready to do here, I'm getting ready to draw your attention to the charges that came out about this doctor. As part of the furtherance, let me see in the scheme, Darius, in addition to part of the furthermore the screen, Darius, the defendant, he used a telephone and other means to interstate commerce to entice, induce, and cause sexual victims, including minors, to return to appointments with him to be further sexually abused or assaulted. This is what this is saying right here. Let me see. I'll share the screen with y'all so y'all can read this along with me as well. There it is right there. Let me show this, okay? All right. From at least in or about 2015 through in or about 2019, this doctor did so in the course of providing these victims with purportedly necessary and appropriate medical treatment. During the appointments, the doctor claimed that he needed to touch victims in certain ways to provide medical treatment, when in fact, he sexually abused and assaulted those victims for no legitimate medical purposes and for his own sexual gratification. Now, his own sexual gratification is what they said. What's the difference if they are saying that this doctor is telling these people to masturbate and touch themselves to get an erection, especially little boys, and he wants to touch on them and do all this stuff too because he's doing it for his own sexual gratification? Then what are the drag queens going into the schools for? When you say that that lifestyle is these people's sexual orientation, why are you going into the school displaying and advertising your sexual orientation to these kids unless you're doing that for your own sexual gratification? Yep, mic drop. I can't even say that over again. That was so good. Now, the question was asked right here by A. Marie. Shout out to you for the question. Said, what children are left alone at a doctor's? Well, one of them was 16 years old. He was an intern. See, before I got into medicine, I went to a lot. I worked in the hospitals. I worked as a unit secretary. I worked as a rehab aide, a rehab tech. I did EKGs. I got well-rounded in the hospital. I was like, what at that time you can do it if you were 14 years old. I was doing that in the school. I was doing that while I was in school, so I can get an idea of what avenue in medicine I wanted to go down. That's why I ended up getting a degree in therapy. Then I went on to do it in orthopedics, right? So anyway, the reason why I'm saying that is because he was 16 years old, and he thought that whatever the doctor might have been telling him to do was something that was medically necessary. But at the same time, come on, y'all, come on. Any doctor that's telling you to do something like that, something's not right, man. Something is not right. Okay, here is another one of these charges that they brought up about this doctor. Frequently insisted on masturbating the victims himself by grabbing their penises and stimulating their genitalia with his hand or a vibrating instrument that certain victims understood to be a sex toy in order to induce an erection and or ejaculation. Bruh! Let's keep it a buck. You telling me? Now let's get something straight here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're ejaculating, you're not a kid. Biologically, I'm just being real with you. If you have the ability to ejaculate, you're not a kid anymore. That I get it mentally and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about biologically again. There's a reason why those biological things happen at a certain age. You're telling me this man was beating these kids' meat, choking their chickens until they ejaculated? What? And these kids didn't go, you didn't go home? I guarantee you a lot of these kids didn't have I guarantee you a lot of these kids didn't have a daddy. I bet you a lot of these kids didn't have a daddy. And then as a parent, moms, you're telling me your child comes from that doctor's visit. Okay, honey, how'd your physical go? How'd this go? It went well. So what did he do? Y'all know, come on, let's keep it real. When we were in school, we had to get a sports physical. All of us would talk about, hey, man, y'all, hey, did he grab y'all balls and tell y'all to cough? Like, yeah. Y'all remember that? We talked about it. We joked about it. Y'all already know what's going to happen. That doctor going to touch you here. He going to touch you this. He going to do this. He going to grab your balls. He going to tell you to cough. Dudes, am I lying? Your parent would ask you, how did it go? And concerned parents would always say, what did that doctor do to you? Oh, man, he grabbed your balls. Yeah, he grabbed your balls and told me to cough. Did he tell you why he did it? No. Then your parent would tell you, well, the reason why he did it for young boys is because he wanted to make sure that y'all didn't have no hernias. When we had a rotation and we had to do that, it is uncomfortable. Like, it is. Like, it was it was weird. But then after you do it for some time, you're just like, okay, cool. So me, I would tell the dudes like to come in there, they got a sports physical. I would tell them, hey, can you grab your, I'm now see the type of person that I am. I'm just cool like this. I would tell them, hey, can you grab your penis and hold it up? Point it north, buddy, and hold it for me. Boom. Put on the gloves. Now go ahead and cough for me. They'll cough and you can feel a little bit of a contraction. I'm just keeping it real with y'all to tell you why. But you can also feel that if there's something that can happen with young dudes, but the reason why it's big time with sports physicals, because young boys do something called weight training. And a lot of times, if they're doing deadlift or something that's very strenuous and they do something called the Valsalva maneuver, they can cause that wall down there in the lower pelvic area to kind of rip a little bit, and the intestines come down and it can settle in the scrotum. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. So that's what we're there. That's what we're feeling for, because a lot of times it don't hurt. Sometimes the boys feel like they got a pain down there in the stomach area or whatever like that, but they don't know. And they cannot, a lot of them can't tell unless it's just huge that their intestines have went down into their scrotum. But my point in saying all that is that your parents always asked you. So all I'm saying is in this case right here, if this doctor was doing this to these young boys from 2015 to 2019, the parents didn't ask their kids, how did it go? The parents didn't say nothing like, hey, this doctor wants you to come back and visit. Listen. If you go to have a checkup, if there is no problem, your doctor would tell you one or two things. You're hearing it from me personally. They're going to tell you, come and see me in 6 months if there are no changes. Or they're going to say, come and see me next year if there's nothing wrong with you. That's what they're going to do. If you have something going on with you that might be as a concern to us, we're going to tell you, hey, I see something going on here. I'm a little concerned about it. Come and see me in 2 weeks. And if they are a minor, the doctor is supposed to tell that parent what is going on with the child and why you want them back. So what I'm saying that for is that when the doctor came out there to those parents and said, I want him to come back in a couple of weeks, y'all didn't ask why? Come on, as a parent, you didn't ask. That's the issue. You're freaking parents. You freaking parents, you're too caught up in your life. You're too caught up in your own mental stratosphere. You too caught up in looking at what's going on with here in your phone, and you all on social media yourself, and you don't give a goddamn don't care about your kids. And they are happy that you don't care about your kids. That's why, again, in my title and in the description in here, I also have it in there that you folks are not paying your children no attention, and you guys are letting it happen because you're putting them in these public schools, and you are not fighting against what these people are doing to your children. They are sexually setting your kids up to be trying to keep from saying the word. They're setting them up to be the word that rhymes with broom. That's what they're doing. So here's the deal. The reason why they're doing it is this: predators always in the wild, and it's a mental thing first. Predators always go after the newborn. And I know I'm repeating myself for some of you that didn't hear this. Don't forget to hit that like button right now. Appreciate that, Miss Kim, for putting that up there. They always go after the newborn. Predators always do. And just think about it. I'm talking about the animal kingdom. Mentally, lions, tigers, wild dogs, hyenas, leopards, cheetahs, they always go after the babies first. But what I want y'all to do is take a deep dive into the mentality of these animals. They mentally look at these little animals. They mentally look at these, what they call prey. And they think to themselves, this is really easy. This won't be hard for me to do. But for an animal to have that in their mentality that they can easily get a baby because the baby can't fight back. The baby doesn't even know that it's even in danger. The parents do, but if the parents are not paying any attention to that baby, it's easy for the predators to get them. And this is exactly why legislation is allowing your kids to be taught this crazy hypersexualized stuff at an early age, because these sicko predators, they know that your children don't have the feelers, they don't have the antennas to know that they're in danger. And here's the bigger kicker too. What they will do, they will allow this disgusting, nasty, diabolical, demonic stuff to be taught to your kids, and they will praise it. They will encourage it. They will clap for it. They will make it like it's a great thing. And because your child doesn't have the ability to decipher between what's good and what's bad when it comes to that, your child is going to think that that is a normal thing. They're going to think that, and then on top of that, like I told you guys, when it comes to educating, when they put this stuff in front of your child's face, and this stuff gets into your child's very being, into your child's mind, and your child reciprocate that, then they will praise your child for doing it. They will reward them for doing it. Do y'all remember when you used to have to take the math test? It was 100 of them. And if you got that bad boy done in a certain amount of time, you got a candy bar. Didn't that make you feel? Let's keep it real. It made you feel good. It made me like, okay, I can't wait till I do. Okay, the teacher said, guys, make sure you get the addition right. We're going to be taking the test on Friday. Whoever gets it done, I think they gave us a minute. They gave us a minute to do 100 of them. If you got all 100 of them bad boys correct, you got a candy bar. I looked forward to it. And then we learned our subtraction. Then the teacher will go, hey guys, we're going to be taking the test for subtraction on Friday. If you guys get it all right within a minute, you get a candy bar. You got rewarded for reciprocating what they taught you. So what did it do? You got a candy bar. Why? Because sugar, it releases endorphins. It's a feel-good thing. And whenever you release endorphins or you release dopamine in the brain, it becomes like an addictive thing to where now you look forward to getting that feel-good feeling. So now you want to reciprocate the behavior that made you feel good. Come on, teacher, when we going to take a test? Now you're looking forward to, you going home and you studying, you going home and you're practicing because you're looking forward to getting that candy bar, which gave you a pleasure feeling, which made you feel good. So you got the teacher praising you for doing good, and then you get the candy bar to amplify that. What? And then you move on to multiplication. Same exact thing. You practice it because you knew that in the end you're gonna get, number one, you were gonna get rewarded, and you got praise to reciprocate what they taught you. What do you think these sickos are doing right now? Why do you think they're putting these freaking, more than anything, they're putting grown men as the forefront as women? Dylan, that's why I make fun of them. On a beer can. Drag queens coming into the school. Why are they doing this with men? Women, are y'all not good? Or can a good looking woman? Can a good looking woman not go into the school and read to the kids? Can a good looking woman can't be put on the Bud Light can? No, they want men. It does something to you psychologically. Let's keep it real. You know that as a little boy, you want to be the toughest one. I'm tough. I'm the strongest. Little boys always competitive. I'm the strongest one. I'm the fastest. I can jump the highest. I can jump off. Little boys are always doing that. But then you got these little boys going to be going to school looking at these grown men dressed up like women, psychologically emasculating. You look weak. You look like a girl. And then everybody's praising that. So as a kid in your mind, that's okay. And a kid in your mind, I want to be like that. Because let's keep it real. Little boys and little girls know good and dang on well that's a man. Little kids know this. They know that that's a man. They know that's not a woman. But now you're getting ready to confuse them. So you got these grown men coming in there as drag queens reading to these little kids. You got these grown men being put in the forefront to carry out this homosexual agenda. You got these grown men getting put on cans. You got these grown men showing up in all types of movies and stuff like that. And they're getting praised. They're being encouraged. And then the teachers letting this stuff go on into the schools, and they're encouraging it. They're praising it. And then if the kid end up showing, and if the kid end up taking the test saying that gender equality, oh, even though that he is a woman, and the teachers, yes, you got the answers right. Here's some, again, rewarding them. They are being rewarded for doing a negative thing. That's what they're doing with this. This is how they do. Let me do something real quick, y'all. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm sorry. I'm about to look up, make sure I don't use this word. Prime. Okay, we're gonna say prime. They're priming the children. They're priming the children is what they're doing. That's another word for that, that word that they flag you for if you say it on here. They're priming the children is what they're doing. So that's why they do that. This is what predators do. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of things in the Bible, even it mentions in the Bible saying things like, do nature not teach you? So nature has taught these crazy, disgusting people in legislation. Matter of fact, do y'all even think about that? What person in our government thought to themselves, I think it would be an awesome thing to teach third graders about sex. I think it'd be an awesome thing to teach third graders about what sexual consent is. Third graders need to know what oral sex is. Third graders need to know what a butt plug is. Third graders need to know what anal sex is. Third graders need to know what oral sex is. Kids! The fact that they're even thinking it's a good idea to do it should let y'all know these folks are sick. I don't care how pretty and dressed up they look. They are absolutely sick. But at the same time, you parents, everything I just got done saying about the school system, this doctor, the whole nine, it is going to fall back on you as a parent. I'm just keeping it real. Get mad at me. I know. It's your fault. Well, it's not my fault. Yes, it is. You are a parent, and it is your job to protect your child from all things. Anything that can harm your child, it is your job to protect your child and prevent this stuff from happening. I didn't have to worry about that with mine. You want to know why? Every inch, every aspect of their lives this man was involved in. They got tired of it. Every day they came from school. I came from work. What happened at school? This happened. Did anybody touch you? No. Did you get in a fight? No. Did this happen? No. Did anybody at your school get in a fight? Oh yeah, Dad. This boy got. Did your teacher do anything that was rude to you that you felt that maybe hurt your feeling? Every single day, I did that, and I'll raise you another one. When they came from Sunday school at church, same exact questions. Because I'm a father, I'm a parent. It is my due diligence. It is my duty to protect mine. And I don't care who it is. When you send your kids to school, I don't care if it seems like, oh, it's such a blissful school. It's a great school. I don't know those teachers. I'm going to treat every last one of those teachers with the utmost skepticism in the world. I don't know what these teachers do behind closed doors. I don't know what these teachers lust with or what they fight with or what they struggle with, be it alcohol, be it sex, be it little kids, be it drugs. I don't know and I don't care, but I don't trust none of them, and I'm going to treat them as such. That's why whenever there was any type of parent-teacher conference, this dude took off of work to go there. Ty, what? You just to go? Yes. In your mind, it might be just a parent-teacher conference. Oh, let the wife go. No, I'm going. My wife used to hate it. She'd be like, man, why are you questioning those teachers like they in the interrogation? Because they are. That's my son. I had it to where every school that my sons then went to, I would talk with the principal. I would talk with the teachers. And Wednesday come, the teachers were like, Mr. Smith, your son is doing good. There is no problems going on. There was not this going on. Da-da-da-da-da. Every Wednesday. Y'all like, dang, Ty, dude, you a little overbearing. No, there is no overbearing when it comes to the protection of your child. We don't even put our lives on the line no more for our kids. Y'all understand me? What happened to humans that we don't even put our lives on the line for our kids? Animals instinctively do it. Animals will sit there and run away from predators all day long to try to hunt them. But something seems to get really weird when they have children. All of a sudden, they put their lives on the line to protect their children. Animals do that. Zebras will sit there and try to fight a lion, bite the lion, try to stump the lion when the lion's trying to attack the baby. Wildebeests do the same thing. Elephants do the same thing. And then there are animals, when they have their kids, you don't even have to be messing with their kids. They will attack you because they think you messing with their kids. Y'all ever see those different things where these animals just attack because you find out they're like cats, lions, tigers, bears? They just rush you and try to kill you, and you find out, oh, they got cubs. They say, don't even come near them. So what I'm saying that for as a parent, if these animals instinctively can be aggressive about their children, why can't we? Well, I don't want to ruffle no feathers. You done lost your goddamn on mind. I'm looking out for the longevity, well-being of my child mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That's what I'm doing. That's why I don't have that problem with them. I looked out for mine. This would have never happened to my sons. It would have never happened. All right, let me go ahead and finish some of this stuff out what this disgusting man did. Y'all, this gets crazy. I'm going to show y'all. This gets crazy. Check this out. Look what it says right here on E. The doctor often directed victims to orgasm and ejaculate in his presence without any valid medical purpose, and he rarely provided such victims with a specimen cup or other receptacle to collect a sample of ejaculate. I'm gonna tell y'all something personal. When my wife was pregnant with my second son, we decided that we didn't want any more children, right? We decided we didn't want any more children. I went, and I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I went when my wife was 6 months pregnant with my second son. I went and I had a vasectomy done. I had a vasectomy. Okay. Reason why I'm telling y'all that is this. Not to tell y'all about vasectomy. He said, give yourself about a good 2 weeks to allow things to heal, et cetera, et cetera. And then he told me, I want you to bring me in a specimen on Monday. And we're going to test your sperm to make Can y'all see me? Yeah, this is y'all. Look, you guys get to see firsthand what they do. There is no connection issue. There is no connection issue with my stuff, y'all. My stuff is my. Let me show y'all something. Let me see if I can share this screen. There is no connection issue with me. Look at this. Then there's a 30-second delay and stuff, man. Get the heck out of here. Look down here at the bottom right here. Look down here. Look at that. There is no network connection. This is what happened. Let me tell y'all something. This is what happens whenever you are doing something like what I'm doing right now, and YouTube, literally YouTube, y'all doing this. They do this because they want to throw off the point that you were about to make. But what I was getting ready to say was not even going to be that bad, YouTube. What they do, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time this happened to your boy. This is how they shadow ban me. This is how they come for me, by doing something like that. There is nothing going on my end at all. Okay? This is YouTube doing this. Okay? Y'all seeing them, y'all get to see firsthand how YouTube work. Don't forget to give the video a like, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate if y'all did that right there. But let me tell you where I was going with my thought right there, YouTube. Y'all thought y'all was gonna throw me off, but you didn't. Nice try. Anyway, so what I was saying is this. After I got the vasectomy, 2 weeks after I was done, the doctor told me to bring in a specimen. He wanted to make sure that there were no little swimmers in there. He had me do that for a full month, right? The reason why I'm saying that is this. This doctor didn't sit here and tell me that I needed to do something in front of him to put it in that cup. That would be crazy. I'm like, dude, now, first of all, I got my wife at home. And the thing is, why would a doctor ask you to do such things in front of his face? And I know this video is lagging, y'all. This is YouTube doing. Don't worry about it. This is all YouTube. Don't worry about it. I'm still going to share another screen with you guys regarding this doctor, because I know that's what it is. You know, don't talk about the sick sexual assaulting people of the elite. This says, in several instances, the doctor penetrated victims' rectums with his fingers without gloves and while masturbating them for no legitimate medical purpose. Y'all hearing this? He was putting his finger in these people's butt while jacking them off. This dude is sick. He is sick. Oh, see, look, the fact that I'm even talking about this right now, YouTube AI has picked up on some of the words that I've been saying, and they do not want your boy talking about this. Let's continue on. During appointments, the doctor frequently initiated conversations with victims about their sexual activity, physical appearance, physiques, including the length or the size of their penis. Such discussions had no bearing on medical treatment in the same manner. The doctor volunteered intimate information about his own sexual activity, sexual history, and sexual orientation, which also had no bearing on medical treatment and or other legitimate medical purposes. Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a pause right now. Now, what I'm getting ready to say is in no way in this doctor's defense. Let me tell y'all this right now. This right here just said he volunteered intimate information about his own sexual orientation, which had no bearing on medical treatment or any other legitimate medical purpose. Can anybody get an idea where I'm going with this? I thought that it's all about telling your pronouns. Huh? I thought this is what I'm saying. I thought this is what y'all wanted. Y'all confusing this poor doctor. I thought telling people that I'm a black, trans, cis, bis, gis, bis, as, os, us, goose, goose. I thought that was all part of it. I thought that was normal. I thought that y'all get pissed off if somebody misgendered you. So all this doctor was doing is exactly what you freaking lunatic Gen Zers wanted. He letting you know about his sexual orientation by telling y'all his pronouns. What's wrong with that? That is inappropriate. How? I thought this is what y'all wanted. Back to this disgusting man before YouTube possibly is going to end this string. Under the guise of medical care, this doctor at times offered unsolicited critiques of the victim's masturbation techniques, telling them in a sum of substance that they were masturbating incorrectly and grabbed their penises, purportedly to show the victims how to masturbate properly. Yeah, y'all loving this. Y'all are loving this. Y'all are loving this. This is disgusting. Then he selected how frequently and when a victim would have appointments with them, often directing victims to schedule follow-up appointments at a particular time interval. After appointments, he sent the victims, including minor victims, text messages from his personal cell phone. In those messages, he made inappropriate and sexual comments and jokes, and he directed the victims to schedule follow-up appointments or even to visit his office after regular business hours. The doctor caused and enticed certain minor victims to return for follow-up appointments he knew they had to travel from or through a state other than New York to attend appointments. The defendant sexually abused and assaulted multiple victims, including but not limited to 2 minors, male patients identified herein as minor victim 1 and minor victim 2. In particular, and during periods of relevant to his indictment, the doctor engaged in following acts, among other, with respect to the victim. Here we go. Victim number 1, from at least in or about 2015 through at least in or about 2017, during the entire time, the minor victim number 1, the doctor lived outside the state of New York and thus traveled from another state for appointments with this doctor. Here we go again. I know. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. I want y'all to see something with my screen. I want y'all to see something real quick. I want y'all to see something. Oh, they made it disappear. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. This doctor traveled across states, y'all, to act like he was doing an appointment with these kids. Let me see if I can get this video to play up.
That more victims could come forward. We've seen this. And this doctor, Ghost just arrested this doctor, a family practice physician out of Saginaw, Dr. Joswell. He's a 61-year-old physician that treats families, young children. He came to one of our operations just recently, and that's why I'm purposely highlighting this case. He's been charged with 4 felonies. I'll tell you about that in a second. He's been in business. He's been in practice for decades. He's in Saginaw. Dr. Joswell came to our location to have sex with a 15-year-old decoy. 15 for $200. In fact, and I don't normally share the details, but I want to know if there's more victims out here, because as he came there, he was sending graphic pictures of himself, genitalia pictures, and we believe that those pictures were actually taken at his office. Maybe perhaps when patients are there. For a 15-year-old, $200 to have oral sex. in fact, was intrigued because our decoy in our situation had braces, and that was one of the things that attracted him. He came to the scene and brought wine coolers, Coca-Cola, and Oreo cookies. He wanted our decoy to treat him like, quote, a daddy. And I know these are hard to hear, and I know these details are difficult, but that's why Ghost is out there, and that's why when we do our operations in Genesee County, we know that predators travel. He came down from Saginaw, and when we work with other sheriffs, we see that they travel everywhere. And here's an example of that exact situation. Dr. Joswell was charged with 4 counts because of David Layton's office. Count 1, using a computer to commit a crime. It's a 20-year felony. Child sexually abusive material, it's a 20-year. Accosting a child for immoral purposes, that's a 4-year. And CSC 4th degree, because he grabbed our decoy, our police decoy, physically assaulted this decoy. I say this because we know that in many of our cases, when we do these operations and we do these briefings, that more victims could come forward. Now, we've seen this, and we've seen this in the Larry Nassar case. We've seen this in other cases where these types of individuals, they have an avenue to people that are vulnerable, that maybe you out there have been assaulted. Maybe something happened, and you now see that in your mind you've always thought, but here's the reality of it. He's been charged formally. He's out on bond. We work together. If you are a victim and you have had interactions with
check this out. I want to say this real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say this real quick. Since they are so big on like what the sheriff is doing right now, what about the Epstein list, huh? What about the Epstein list? Anyway, y'all know I'm getting ready to get shut down. I'm going to leave it at that. Parents, make sure you watch over your children. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you hit this like button right now. Make sure that if you want to go ahead and hit the Cash App, it's the Cash App sign and it's Modern Renaissance, man. Yes, I am on Patreon. Check the link in the description. They're getting ready to shut me down. These sheriffs are busting these people left and right, but all I'm going to say again before you two shut me down, because I know they're going to do it because they do it every time you throw the name out there. Epstein's list. Where's Epstein list? Y'all, my channel is about to be, they're getting ready to end this video. Epstein list. Where's the Epstein list? All this cover up that's going on in the world and all this stuff like that. All the different things they're trying to draw y'all attention to. What about the Epstein list? What about the people on the Epstein list? How did Ghislaine Maxwell get charged with sex trafficking when they had no victims who said who they said abused them? Where are those, the victims that got abused? Where is the people that these victims are saying that abused them, huh? Where's that list at? Where's the list?